Hey homeschoolers, I'm Melissa Webb, former full-time classroom teacher and homeschool mom turned full-time business CEO. I am determined and dedicated to helping you. Yes, I want to give you sound, educational, practical tips and advice, at the same time making sure that you're enjoying the family journey that you are on. So if you are looking for a place to be encouraged and inspired, you have found the perfect podcast. Homeschooling is a work of heart, is truly the perfect place to start. So welcome. Let's jump in. Hello, everybody. How are ya? I have been spring cleaning, and my big spring clean project of this year has been to convert our youngest son's bedroom of 21 years into a home gym. I've always wanted a home gym. I'm making it happen. Dreams coming true over here. Yes, our little one has moved all his belongings to his older brother's room, since now he's the last one enjoying room and board in Home Sweet Home. And that means that our treadmill, weight bench, and other exercise paraphernalia have made it out of the garage and into the house, which has also meant that his bedroom, which had upper half black, lower half blue walls, those just needed some brightening up. It just was always like a dark room to me. He changed that, I think, when he started middle school or high school. And while he loved it, it always just felt, well, masculine for sure, but just darker. And I wanted to brighten it up. So I have spent most of this week on a ladder having to put, well, after you tape everything off and then you fill in the holes, and I've had to put 2 coats of primer just so that I can do the lighter coat of paint. Anyway, it's turning out, it's almost done. It's looking amazing. I'm super excited. I'll have to post some pictures maybe of the whole process there. I'll do it in the Wow, It's Friday email that I send out every week. That's where I get a little more personal stuff and I can give you photos. Anyway, while I have been 8 feet off the ground on this ladder, I have been listening to several podcasts discussing the topic of AI, artificial intelligence, and everything about it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, from computer geeks to educators to entrepreneurs, all of them. And whatever you believe in, any order that you prefer, the good, the bad, or the ugly, AI has been a pretty hot topic for a while now, and it's not going away. Even if we want to put our head in the sand, it's not leaving. And I am asked more now than ever, what are my thoughts on how this technology will revolutionize education? I mean, it already is, but is it taking the place of teachers or parent teachers like yourself? I do not believe it is. In fact, I believe we can all be better because of AI. Now, there's a thought. Do you want to believe it with me? Remember, all of our thoughts are optional, but I find that when I choose thoughts that empower me, I'm a whole lot happier. And I do believe that I can be a better teacher, a better parent, a better homeowner, a better investor, any of it, a better grandma because of AI. I can get ideas from AI like I've gotten ideas from Google for so many years. And here's the thing. What AI and Google and technology cannot do that we can do is to be human. And I think what's important is that we embrace and punctuate our humanness. It's our great gift. Being human is our 3-dimensional superpower, and it is priceless. So I'm really going to speak from the heart today because I feel like some of the people I'm talking to are a little fearful, maybe a little scared, and I just want to remind you that any of those feelings that you're feeling are coming from a thought that is creating them. So I'm going to share today 3 thoughts that are my beliefs, and I think they're very important. But I will always remind you that they are my thoughts, and you may and can disagree with me, but you may also embrace them alongside me if you find yourself agreeing with any of these 3. Here's the first thing that keeps me from living in a fear-based mentality around the thought of technology taking over. Number 1, human touch is irreplaceable. And by human touch, sure, a literal hug is great. Like literal human touch is fantastic. But even figuratively speaking, human touch, that can be the care that we can send over radio waves and electrical signals right into a child's life. I do this. I do this via Zoom meetings, emails, texts. We communicate in a way that I know means more than what these students and children in my life could get from ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot. There is a sincerity that humans offer and AI cannot. Even if you read it and you're like, oh, it sounds very sincere. Humans, if they know that's not really from my grandma, they're not going to have the same feeling if AI says the exact same things grandma would say. And I remind this of my young writers in all my courses that strong writing isn't just about putting words on a piece of paper, typing them or writing them. It's about connecting our thoughts and our ideas with an audience. It's about opening up inside, building strong opinions, influencing the others around us. And AI lacks the emotional intelligence. Sure, it's intelligent, but there's an emotional intelligence that only humans can offer. So that's important. Human touch is irreplaceable. Now, another thought that I have that keeps me from living in fear or being worried is that I see the importance of teaching integrity to our children through life lessons. And life lessons are best taught by those who live. So AI is not going to instill integrity and honesty in our children. It honestly has no opinion of such things. In fact, AI generated content raises ethical concerns in education and even in the workplace for some people. So, teaching our children how to learn and how to think for themselves is critical. They must learn how to analyze information, how to organize their thoughts and their thinking, how to communicate ideas with clarity without complete reliance on tech. When they can do that, it is from that space that their confidence is going to grow, their morality is going to grow too. And this is going to happen from full-blown conversations and relationship building moments that parents and teachers share with the children in their lives. So that matters. Who's going to teach real life lessons? It needs to be us, and we need to embrace our humanness. The third thing that I just want to remind everybody, AI is a tool. It's not a teacher. So sure, it can assist with lesson planning. If you're a homeschool mom and you're wondering, what are the 3rd grade standards for math for an entire year, and can you break that into 10 months of lesson plans? It will do that for you. If you ask it to give you some unit study ideas on a book that you're about to read, let's say you're going to do Charlotte's Web, and you want ideas, you can get ideas from ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot for sure. You also can go to Google still for those things. People have already created things that you can go purchase. You don't have to get everything from your own brain. I'm not saying that everything must come from our own brain. In fact, it's so great that we can be inspired in different ways. But here's the thing. All of those things do not teach. They just tell. We teach. We meet our children where they are. We care as only we can care, and we understand our children. We love them. We have concern for them, for their well-being, for their safety, for their bright, beautiful, healthy futures. That is not something that AI is going to do. That's what we do. And I want to remind you that a hammer is also a tool, but it can't just take over. It requires a user. And the user can use that hammer correctly, and we can direct it to do a great job and fix something or hang a painting. But if we just threw it around and just let go of it, it could create severe damage because it is merely a tool. And AI is much that same tool. So while everyone is going on and on and on about all that AI can do and how humans are going to be obsolete before you know it, I just want to wrap up with a few reminders of what humans are more miraculously capable of creating. And I encourage you to do one of these 5 things this week, reminding yourselves, reminding your children, these are things that cannot be replaced. Number 1, a handwritten note, a letter, handwritten. We cannot let this gift of being able to, in our own handwriting, everybody's writing is different. And I love that. I love that it's a part of our personality. Do not stop handwriting notes. Even a simple, I love you, Mom, that one of my boys have left on a Post-it and stuck on the kitchen counter before they left, and I didn't get to see them before they went. That will always be more meaningful to me than some AI generated poem that they asked some technology to write for them and print it out on a piece of paper. It's just not the same. It's not that AI can't write something beautiful. I'm sure it can, but there is something much more meaningful when you see something handwritten, especially if it's something that carries emotion and intention and effort. So write a note to somebody. Have your children put a note in the mail to an aunt or a grandparent. It's important. It's something only humans can do. A second thing that came to mind was music. You know that AI creates music now, right? But if you've ever been to a live concert or you've listened to live music, your children playing the piano or a song on the guitar or practicing a vocal range, AI is not going to replace the energy, the passion, and the connection of a live performance, big or small. The raw emotion of your child's singing voice, the experience of listening and applauding, whether your crowd is big or small, those things are irreplaceable. So embrace that. The third thing that came to mind was a homemade meal. Now, AI can suggest the best recipes, as can Google. Lots of things are out there that technology gives us, but it's when somebody makes a meal. You just can't replicate it. The love, the tradition, or the care that go into making a meal. Grandma's secret ingredient really wasn't that spice. So much of it was the experience or the story that went behind the dish, or the fact that she made it for so many years, or she always brought it to the potluck. And so when your child overbakes the brownies, that's beautiful. That's a story. That's a human experience. And it is stories that make up our precious lives. All right, the fourth thing that I thought of, good luck with this AI. There's something about learning something from someone else, whether that's learning to ride a bike, learning how to play an instrument, learning how to sew, learning how to drive a car. An AI tutorial or a YouTube video, technology, amazing. It can explain all the things. If I think of riding a bike, I'm sure I could watch and read about how balance works and how pedaling creates momentum, or I could find out how it is to thread a sewing machine. I could watch the whole thing. But here's the thing, it's not going to hold the back of the bike of the young rider. It's not going to guide them. Yes, that's right. Okay, thread it through there. It's not going to cheer a person on. And it's not going to share in the joy of whatever accomplishment that human just had. Because real human support and the sharing of all of that makes all the difference. And the last thing to leave you with, going places. I remember during COVID, I had written a blog before I had a podcast. I had written a blog about all kinds of ideas that you could do even though it was COVID and you were stuck inside. And there were so many virtual field trips available for free, which is really cool. There still are. There still are. And anyone can view Paris through an AI-powered virtual tour, but they're not going to smell the fresh baguettes or feel the cobblestone streets. They're not going to hear lively cafe chatter as you walk along. It's experience. That's what makes traveling transformative. So don't imagine camping in a desert under a million stars. Plan a trip and go camping in the desert and enjoy those stars as a family. Make it real. Live in real life. Live a real life. The bottom line is this. Yes, AI, artificial intelligence, technology in all its capacities. Yep, pretty amazing. But if it disappeared tomorrow, we'd have to adjust. But I believe we'd be okay. We would figure life out again. We're humans and we're resilient that way. We are priceless and you are priceless. Your child needs you and nothing can replace you. Please don't forget that. Right on. Well, thanks so much for tuning in and listening this week. Hey, if this was something that you found valuable, don't forget you want to subscribe or follow so that every time a new episode is dropped, you'll be the first to know. And hey, before you go, if you are looking to get some of this academic writing under your belt and outsourced so that it's one less thing, freeing you up to enjoy more time with your family, hey, you're going to want to head over to writeonweb.com to see what kinds of resources and materials I have available for you. I will look forward to seeing you there, and I will look forward to seeing you here in our next episode. Right on.